Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hao Yaxuan. I am a fourth-year student at Hong University. I am honored to present our scoping review about the relationship between e-sport and well-being. The rapid growth of e-sport participation among young people has created an urgent need to understand its impact on well-being. Our initial investigation revealed that this impact is multifaceted and complex. From a physical perspective, prolonged esports sessions contributed to sedentary-related health problems. However, research also indicates potential benefits, including enhanced fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination. Psychologically, competitive esport brings both risk and benefits. While some research found increased burnout risk, other studies showed that resilience training can help players cope better with stress. In the social domain, we observe a similar duality. Although excessive gaming may reduce face-to-face interactions, team-based esports can foster communication skills and community connectivity, or identified two significant gaps in current research. First, existing studies remain fragmented and lack systematic integration. This fragmentation prevents research from establishing clear research directions. Second, current literature reviews mostly focus on single dimensions of well-being, such as mental, physical, or social health alone. This approach misses the comprehensive examination of well-being across multiple dimensions. Therefore, our research aims to systematically map the status quo of research on e-sport and well-being. Our investigation is guided by two primary research questions. One, what are the key themes and findings in existing research on e-sport and well-being? Two, what are the limitations or gaps in the current literature on e-sport and well-being? Establish comprehensive framework. We first needed to clarify our conceptualization of well-being. Our literature review identified four distinct but interrelated dimensions. Psychological well-being, emphasizing personal potential and optimal functioning aligning with the eudaimonic perspective. Physical well-being focuses on positive aspects of physical health, rather than merely the absence of disease or pain. Social well-being comprises two elements: social adjustment and social support. It emphasizes one's sense of belonging and social inclusion within their environment. Subjective well-being represents the hedonic perspective, means how a person feels about and judges their life. Moving forward, we will focus our research on these four key well-being dimensions. We conducted a comprehensive scoping review following the PRISMA-ScR guidelines. Our protocol was registered on the Open Science Framework. We selected three major databases for our search: PubMed, Web of Science, and Scopus. Based on their comprehensive coverage of relevant literature, a keyword-based search we conducted across the three databases on October 8 to 9, 2025. We used the broad keywords represent esport and well-being to ensure comprehensive coverage. This is our keywords table. This keyword was systematically derived from the four well-being dimensions of our theoretical framework and informed by existing literature, ensuring comprehensive yet specific coverage. We established the inclusion and the exclusion criteria. to ensure the relevance and the methodological quality of include studies. This is our literature identification process. Our systematic search strategy identified 687 records from three databases. Following duplicate removal, 353 unique articles remained for screen. Initial screen of title and abstract against our predetermined criteria resulted in the inclusion of 267 records, leaving 90 articles for full test eligibility assessment. During the comprehensive full text review, 4 additional papers were excluded based on specific content misalignment. While this topic represents valuable research areas, they fall beyond our specific focus on participant well-being. This systematic selection process yields a final corpus of 86 studies, meeting all inclusion criteria, forming the empirical foundation for our analysis. We employed qualitative content analysis of 86 eligible papers. Our analysis focused on three key areas. The first one is publication timeline, mapping the chronological distribution to identify research evolution and trends. And the second one is sample characteristics, examining demographic profiles to assess representativeness and identify potential biases. The last one is the e-sport well-being relationship, analyzing impact patterns across all well-being domains to distinguish between direct and moderated effects. I would like to emphasize that the finding I am present today represent our preliminary analysis. We continue to refine and expand our investigation as part of ongoing research commitment. In this graph, we can see a dramatic increase in publication from 2020 to 2024, peaking at 24 publications in 2024, as 2025 remains ongoing. Currently, year data was included from our temporal analysis. Remarkably, the early study was published in 2019. This finding underscored the emerging nature of e-sport well-being research. 90% of studies use quantitative research method. However, our quality assessment indicated that many studies suffered from inadequate sample size, limiting their generalizability of their findings. Gender imbalance emerged as a major concern. 17% of study has over 18% male participants, potentially missing female esports experience. And the age demographic from 83 studies indicated a concentrate on participants aged from 18 to 30 years. This narrow age range limited our understanding of esports impact across different developmental stages. Our analysis revealed a complex relationship between esport engagement and psychological well-being. Positive effects emerged through moderating factors like mental thoroughness and resilience. Only one study demonstrated attention improvement. Conversely, negatively impact including burnout and increased aggression manifested directly. Psychological well-being outcomes demonstrated a clear pattern. Positive effects require deliberate interventions, combining physical activities, ergonomic modification, and nutritional improvement. Directly negative consequences were prevalent, including musculoskeletal disorder and cardiovascular stress, resulting from prolonged sedentary behavior and poor posture. Sport participation showed directly positive effect on teamwork skills, particularly when spotted by robust social network. Structured team participation demonstrated the potential for reducing social isolation. Abnormally, many participants reports increased post-gaming loneliness despite extensive online interaction, suggesting fundamental differences between virtual and in-person connections. Essentially, motivated participation with balanced engagement patterns directly enhance life satisfaction and facilitative personal growth opportunity. However, competitive pressure increases emotions volatility, especially after or preliminary scoping review results reveal that the relationship is part and well-being is characterized by complex and multidimensionally across all four dimensions. It exhibits both positive and negative esports. We identified important moderation effects on psychological and physical well-being. The relationship between esport engagement and the psychological well-being is moderated by psychological characteristics, and the relationship between esport engagement and the psychological well-being is moderated by physical activities. We also found direct effects on social and subjective well-being. Several limitations concentrate or preliminary findings and indicate direction for future research. Most studies sample size is usually small and gender imbalance. Moving forward, research requires large gender balanced samples and integrate multidimensional well-being approach. Our review found that over 18% of ECN research examined only single player category, casual, amateur, or professional players, without meaningful cross-category comparison. Future research should include comparative analysis across various participation levels. Additionally, current research links the long-term effect of esport participation on well-being. Future studies should explore these long-term impacts. Moving forward with this review, we have identified the three key improvements. First, we will complete our data analysis to ensure we have fully examined all included study. This will help us identify patterns. Our initial review may have missed this. Second, we will work to identify potential theoretical mechanism linking esport participation to well-being outcomes. Understanding this connection will provide a strong theoretical foundation for future research. Finally, we will develop the specific recommendation for future research direction, particularly focus on represented groups like female players, whose experience remain largely unexplored. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Welcome your question and looking forward to our discussions.
Can you hear me just fine?
Okay, I can.
Yep. So there is one question for you. Throughout the conference, several presentations mentioned that sleeping disorders are bad among esports players. Did you see anything on that in your research?
When I doing some screen review in our literature, I see some paper to say sleeping is very important. And in my oh no. In this table, we can say I list some specific reflection in literature review. So here is some about the sleeping disruptions.
We had two more questions from Quok. One being, can you elaborate on how you identified the keywords for your search?
Uh, when I some keyword uh, before in this section, we identify four key well-being dimensions. So our export and well-being keywords is decided by that for well-being dimension. They will also in some website and literature to search our keyword and uh, when we get some keywords, I will search it on our Sui database. Then I will review this literature. Then when I search when I see some report have some new keywords about e-sport and well-being, then I will put these keywords in my keywords list.
Quok had a second question. A positive physical well-being finding was physical activity. Can you elaborate on where this was seen as positive?
Oh, can you say again?
A positive physical well-being finding was quote unquote physical activity. Can you elaborate on this was seen as positive?
Because when I uh, review this literature we download from this three database, uh, because this is our preliminary result. So when I say some paper, I don't see some positive factors about e-sport engagement directly to influence well-being. I just see some physical activities well moderated like moderated physical well-being.
I think that's all for the questions. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you for.
So that was our last presentation for the evening. Coming in about 10 minutes, we have the Valorant show match presented by the UNSW Esports Club.